front didn't want him back, and there was so a lot of course, everybody's talking back and forth. Like, what did he mean? Is Crawford bitter about it? And is he being treated well, or is he being forced out?
Welcome to another episode of Saturday Sliders. I'm Almar. You have Armando over here. Let's talk baseball.
Let's go around the bases. The latest updates of the around the major league.
Okay, yeah, this segment is around the bases where we talk about news reports around the league. So we'll start with Lucas Giolito's injury. What did you see about that?
Well, what I saw, he was having discomfort in his elbow, right, and shoulder, which is not really good for any pitcher in spring training, right? But it's a big blow for the Red Sox.
Yeah,
right?
they're keeping it a hush hush right now, hey?
Yeah, like they're very quiet, but it's kind of like when you start hearing a pitcher being discomfort and elbow and shoulder, like that's not a good sign, right? So
Yeah.
and they already don't have a deep team or lineup, so this is a big blow to them.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm reading a report right now. It's likely a partially torn UCL and flexor strain, so he might be done for the season if that's so, right?
Yeah, like he's pretty much done for the season, right? So I don't think he can be out for 3 months, or I think this is like a 8-month, 10-month recovery.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for him, hey?
Yeah. With the second topic, let's go with the Ace Stadium. What do you think of the rendering drawings?
Those are gorgeous, man. Did you see the graphics?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's kind of like
yeah,
a mixture of an indoor outdoor.
I know.
Kind but it's a bittersweet to see that stadium, right? Because now it's for real. They're moving to LA. It's real. It's happening, right? But it's I don't like it, but I like it.
You're still
being
gonna
from
watch
the Bay
me.
Area, I love going to the Coliseum, seeing the A's game. So I have a lot of memories, but now it's real. They're moving, and
Yeah, they're moving to Vegas, yeah. But that stadium looks slick.
but I saw like there's a lot of mixed emotions in California about it, right? So some A's fans they're hurt, and some other A's fans they like it because they can say like, well, now I can get to travel and go to Vegas, see the A's, go see the A's place and take a look at the new facility, right? So it's a mixture of both, but the rendering drawings are great. It's a beautiful.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. I wonder how much would the ticket be, right?
Yeah, so it makes me want to go now to Vegas to see an Ace game, right? So
Yeah, that'd be
so
wonderful, though. That'd be wonderful. One day, one day.
yeah, but they also it's not too far from from spring training, right? So it's only 5 hours away from like Arizona area, so
Yeah,
it's very nearby.
that's
And they're
true.
already
Yeah.
playing games in Vegas. I think they played a couple games already this week in Vegas.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
And so, but yeah, it's a beautiful stadium. So,
Yeah.
but I wonder because it looks as still like it's open to the elements, right? So like I wonder how that's gonna look in the summer, right?
That's
Like it's
true.
still
Yeah.
air conditioning, right? Like because like it's still
Vegas gets too hot, man.
yeah, right. It's like 100, like during the summers they can get up to like 120, right? So it's kind of like, whoa, how is that
Yeah.
gonna work?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. So how's that Blake Snell rumors for you Giants fans there? Any
Well,
movement?
there's a
Any
lot of
movement?
rumors.
Any movement there?
Everybody, Giants fans or Giants media, like every day, there's like, okay, like what's the latest update? Is he coming to San Francisco, right? So I'm hearing a lot of different things. I'm hearing the Yankees. I'm hearing the latest. I hear the Angels.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah, I heard the Angels, which it makes sense, right? But it actually makes sense for a lot of teams. Why not sign an ace? Or
Yeah.
like it just makes sense. Like to me, like this has early in the week, I thought like, wow, the Yankees are interested in like 5 to 7 year contract. Like it just this has the Yankees all over.
Yeah.
So it just makes this is a Yankees move. But
Yeah,
like
cause they offered Snell multiple years for 100 plus mil, but
yeah,
Snell declined it at first. So
okay.
maybe he's like
So
scratching his head now.
yeah, like but now it's kind of like okay, like to me it's like if the Yankees want to compete against the Rays in Baltimore, they need a Blake Snells, right?
Yeah,
But now with the Lucas injury, why not the Red Sox, right? Like this is also like why they're not signing him,
that's true. Yeah, cause Red
right?
Sox
Like
always have that money, right?
right, so it's like why are people teams not going after Blake Snells? It makes no difference, right? Like yes, people are not teams don't want to offer that 10 year contract because of his age, but like 5 years, like no team wants to sign.
Yeah,
It's just like to me, it's like okay, I understand the Giants because the Giants don't want to go big deal. Like Giants want to do a 3 year, 3 to 5 year deal, right? So, but like for other teams, it just makes sense. Like the Angels, they lost Otani. They need a star, right? They need
yeah,
someone. They need a player like Blake Snell to put fans in their attendance, right? So it makes sense for a lot of teams to sign them, but I just don't. Is it the money? Is it the years in the contract? What's holding back like
I'm not sure
signing?
what's holding back the teams though. But what I read from weeks before is that he had like a huge walk ratio from last year.
Right.
That's probably the most difficult one to like maneuver, is that his walk ratio was up. But I'm not sure he had a Cy Young year, so
Yeah, like
yeah,
he was the top of the league. It's like to me, it just makes sense for the Yankees, the Sox, Angels to sign him, right? So
yeah,
right, so but like the Giants, I don't know. The Giants every time I turn on, like I want him on our team, right? So, but like every time every Giants media beat writer fan page, everybody's talking about Blake Snell's signing with the Giants. Like, what's the latest updates?
yeah.
so, so,
Just sign now, right?
hey, well, actually, one of our young pitchers, actually, he's been in the minor leagues for a couple of years now. Blake, Black. He actually got hurt this week, so
Oh
now he
no.
was supposed to be our fifth starter. But now that changes now. It's just kind of like who's going to fill in the fifth slot,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of like,
Mhm.
well, now it makes more sense because fans are like, well, it makes more sense now. Now we need the extra starting pitcher. Like, why not Blake Snell's in the top of the rotation, right? So
That's true.
after Webb, so so
And you always have the money, right? Giants always have that money,
they
but
have the money. They just kind of like there's just a lot, and I probably can get into it in the Giants update segment. All right, let's move on to what did you think about the Otani and Trout
I'm not.
spring training game?
It looks so surreal, hey? It looks so surreal.
I just saw the picture on Instagram, but I didn't tune into the game.
No, I didn't
Just
watch
like
the game because
yeah.
I don't have that coverage here.
You gotta get the Major League channel.
I know, yeah.
But I have the channel, but still didn't even I didn't watch it just because it's spring training, right? It's
That's true, yeah.
like it's really doesn't count. But like if it happens in the regular season, it's gonna be a big deal, right? So,
Yeah.
but it was
Interleague.
still nice. Like there was a nice warm welcome. They were hugging each other,
Yeah. That
right?
interleague game, that first interleague game that they'll have,
Yeah.
that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, across the highway series, right? So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a big one.
Yeah.
So and they play every year, so it'll be
Yeah,
good.
they do. They do actually. I just saw this because I was just like reading through, and I saw this Javi Baez struggles in the spring, 8Ks. It like
That's unreal. But 8Ks in like in 12 of bats or something like that. It's like holy cow, like
yeah,
it's an eye opening, right? Because we know that spring training doesn't count, but like you can see the condition of the athletes. You can see like okay, like if for batters if they have the eye speed, right? Like you can still make good contact with the bat, right? You can see all those things, but when you see a big struggle like that, it's like especially for a star or a high paying star, it's like whoa,
Yeah,
that is eye opening. Should
yeah, cause Detroit's still paying him 98 million. Hey,
yeah
he still have 98 million left. That's big.
yeah should the Tigers be concerned, or they're just kind of like, oh, it's spring training, he'll pick it up throughout the
Well,
season?
he was struggling last year too, so it might be a continuation. But holy, it's a massive decline.
Yeah, and fast too, right? So
Hmm.
it's an eye opening for sure.
Yeah,
And let's go with the big topic. I know I saw him play in the Bay Area and he played for the Jays. But what do you think of Josh Donaldson's retirement?
man. After that 2015, 2016 season, and then when he moved on, he had a massive decline too. Hey, on his output, yeah, his power went down. Everything went down. So,
You mean when he got
which is
traded to the from the A's to the Toronto? He got
no, no, no,
traded.
no, no. From Toronto to when he moved on.
So it's
Yeah,
a big news, right? It's like he had some really good years for Toronto, and like it was exciting. He was loved too, not just in the A's organization or Toronto organization. He was loved throughout the whole like major league.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like he was well respected. The fans loved him. He was just like very charismatic. The hair, like that offensive power that he carried. Like he was just a very exciting to watch. So it's definitely he will be missed by baseball
Yeah,
fans.
because it was an MVP season
Yeah,
in Toronto. Yeah,
yeah, like
he put
was
up a great number.
yeah, like the no, he has some and clutch hitting, clutch gains for Toronto as well, right? So
Yeah,
definitely he had his best years in Toronto, I would say.
that's true. Yeah, that's what I said. Like after he moved on from the Jays, then slowly
Yeah,
declined. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe the age caught up to him.
I think probably the injuries and the age probably caught up with him because he did have some injuries,
Yeah,
right? So like, but he has such an aggressive swing, right?
that's true.
So,
Yeah,
so like it's like it does catch up to you, like right. So like, but he had some good years. Like he didn't have the numbers to back it up, but he has some good years for the Yankees as well. Like for a couple of year or two, like he did really good. So
yeah, he did good with the Twins as well. So.
yeah, like so like, he
Mhm.
he was good. Like he had a really good career, and I enjoyed watching him.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because he was like I said, he was from Bay Area too, right?
yeah, so like we saw like like the potential, right? Like it's kind of like especially when watching the A's, like you definitely never get attached to a player because they get traded. So
That's true. It's the
so
farm system. It's
yeah,
MLB's farm system.
so the farm system to every other team, right? So like you just saw that talent right away, the youngster, and then yeah, like he was shipped to Toronto, but it's like he was good. So
Yeah, because
so
Toronto didn't pay that much for him. Yeah, no,
and
yeah, because I don't hear anyone that was traded is still playing right now. I'm not sure.
well, after when he won the MVP season, a lot of A's fans were like, it was like, oh, it's gonna cost too much money, right? So that's why it was good to trade him. When that return that the A's got didn't pan out,
No,
and when he got the MVP seasons and those good years in Toronto, like a lot of A's fans were like upset. It was like, wow, we got nothing in return for
that's true.
Donaldson.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
but no, like I enjoyed watching him play. So it's a good career. So
Yeah, it was good 2 seasons with
yeah,
the Blue Jays there. Made the playoffs too, so that's good.
yeah, exactly. Like we made
Everyone's
the playoffs.
happy.
It's good, right? So all right, and anyways, we had a late update today. Like Mookie Betts going to shortstop now for the Dodgers. What do
Yeah,
you think
because
about that?
I know, yeah, because the original plan was him moving to second base, and then right now they're saying permanently, quote unquote,
Yeah.
they're moving him to shortstop. And I'm reading all the comments. It's like their shortstop cannot make that throw to the to first base. That's why they're moving him to second. So I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh wow. So
Hmm.
well, he's a natural athlete, right? And he takes
Yeah,
well of his body. I seen some videos of him, like his off-season routines, like he stays in shape. You know, like he talks about like eating healthy when he's on the road, right? Like he has like a whole travel kitchen with him, so he eats very healthy. Because he said like I'm getting paid a lot of money for a lot of years, so I want to
Yeah.
make sure that I'm producing at my best level at the later years of my career, right? So
Yeah.
no, he's a natural athlete, and it's interesting for sure. But he makes incredible plays in the outfield, right? So. Was he a shortstop like as when he started his career, or
In Boston?
yeah,
I'm not sure because
or in
Bogarts was
college,
there, right?
perhaps?
Bogarts was there, right? With him?
Yeah.
Bogarts was the shortstop in with the Red Sox. So I'm not sure if he was playing shortstop there.
Has he always played right field or center
It,
field? I just kind of
cent-
see him everywhere. Kind of like I see
yeah,
some
because
games he's playing center field, and other times he's playing like right field. So it's kind of like I don't even know what is actually his natural position.
he's an he's an all-star utility man.
He can literally be an all star in every position if he wants to.
Yeah.
Right? So he's that gifted.
It's nice to have that versatility player, right? Like the versatile player like him. You can move him
Yeah,
around. Yeah.
yeah, definitely with especially with injuries, right? So
Okay, let's move on to your Orange Giants update.
all right, let's go for your latest Giants update. Let me tell you, it was a busy week keeping up with the Giants. There was a lot happening. Obviously, in our first episode, we heard the breaking news
Oh
that
yeah.
Chapman signed, but that literally changed. As soon as Monday happened, it changed everything. But like it kept coming and coming. Like there's a lot of stuff. So like let me get started. Like it's the week started with Crawford's comments. He made some comments about the general manager Fahrenheit. He
Was it
made
good?
comments.
Was it good or was it
Well, he made comments saying that because obviously he signed with the Cardinals, and he had a press conference there, so everyone is asking him. But he made comments saying like, "I wanted to be there, but the person that has the authority doesn't want me there,"
oh no.
which it made. And Crawford's a very soft spoken. He's quiet. You know, he just he goes to his day-to-day job. But him making this comment, it's a lot for a quiet guy.
Yeah, that's true.
And it just kind of like it kind of like all the it was just an eyebrows briser, and people were even from that was from Monday to Friday, people still coming talking about his comments, right? So
Yeah.
it was just interesting. Crawford saying that the Fahrenheit didn't want him back, and there was so a lot of course everybody's talking back and forth, like what did he mean? Is Crawford bitter about it, and is he being treated well, or is he being forced out? And from Crawford's point of view, he wanted the last spot, guaranteed 26-man roster.
Oh, okay.
He felt like after all this years, San Francisco, he felt like he needed to have that last spot, make the team. He was willing to take a lesser role. I think it was just going to be like $5 million. So for the year, but Fahrenheit did not want to guarantee him the last roster spot because like you never know with injuries, you might need like an extra outfielder, infielder, or extra pitcher. So he didn't want to give that guarantee. So that was kind of like the backstory to it, and it means Crawford means a lot to the organization and to the fans, and it's like why not? And then so you bring in a you bring like even with Chapman, it changes everything. But you say you don't want a veteran presence, but now you sign Chapman, who is a veteran, to help the infield. And it's like, well, you could have a veteran person to help the infield and keep Crawford for an extra year, right? So it's hard, right? Like it's when it is time to move on from a player. When is the perfect time? When is the right time, right? So especially when you a player who has helped you win multiple championships, it's not easy, right? And Crawford's a kid. He grew up Giants fan, so there's a lot of elements to it, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
Kind of tough hearing that from your end, hey?
Yeah, like it's a lot, right? Because it just and let me just move on to the next topic because the organization by letting go of Crawford you're saying okay, well Luciano, He's been a top prospect. He's been in a farm system for a while. It is his time to. Yes, last year he made the team. He was the backup. He struggled at shortstop, but he has a good bat. But sometimes he struggled at offense. So like he's kind of like, okay, he's still a young player. He's not ready. He's right. Like there's talks about like, okay, maybe he's not the best fit for shortstop. Maybe a second base or put him somewhere else, right? So now the organization's here, like we're saying goodbye to Crawford. He was the last piece of the old dynasty. We're gonna shift to Lisiano, and you bring in a backup, a shortstop at Ashmed. He was with the Arizona Diamondbacks for a couple of years.
Okay.
He was brought up, so he signed a minor league contract, and all of a sudden. Ashman is playing a lot better than the top prospect at shortstop. And he was supposed to be the future, right? To Crawford, and he is struggling. So like so far in Nick Ashmed. I believe he won a couple of Golden Gloves at with the D-backs. So he's good, but he's just an older veteran, right? So
Okay.
and all of a sudden this spring, Lisiano is struggling at shortstop. He's struggling at the plate,
Yeah.
and the supposedly backup shortstop, is playing a lot better than the top prospect.
Yeah. What would you do if you're the bench boss then?
Well, he's actually having a really good spring. He's not just like, oh, he's a veteran. Like, no, he's actually having a really good spring. Nick. And now you're going into, like, you're 2 weeks into spring now, and it's kind of like, okay, this is a 2 week slump that Lisiano's having, and Nick is actually having a better season. So now, what do you do now? Like, it's like you say goodbye to Crawford. Because you're ready to move. Giants were saying, like, we're ready to move on with their young talent. And now your young talent is not ready.
Well,
right?
hopefully it still pans out at the end, right?
Right. So, like, you never know. But, like, what do you do now? Like, you thought that. I think from Monday, the talks were like, well, we gotta stick with Lisiano. We gotta give him the time. He probably needs time. It's gonna be some growing pains. To Friday, today was reported is like, well, if the Giants want to win, they have to go with the best player available.
Oh no,
The best player available is Nick at the moment. So what do you do? It's like, but now you have to think about it. It's like, okay, you didn't want to give Crawford the 26-man roster spot. So do you send Lisiano back to AAA? What is that a good thing? Maybe he just needs to catch up to the curveball, right? So which a lot of young players have a hard time catching up to the curveball.
Yeah.
Any breaking ball, right? So, but is that gonna? It's saying a lot if they send him back.
That's true. Yeah.
Saying like the Giants like made a mistake, probably, right? So, but now, so that's the competition, which is good. Like Bob, our new skipper, saying, competition is good, right?
Yeah.
Like the best player is going to be playing the position, right? So it's a make it interesting. But now with the Mets. Chapman signing, Casey Smith, which he's been our top prospect at third base. Well, now they're talking about maybe we can switch. He can switch over to short because last year he actually played some short.
Yeah.
Some as well, and he has a good bat. He had a couple home runs. He had a really good hitting streak for being a rookie, and so like the Chapman signing, it's a good because like, okay, now we have the depth there, the Giants.
Yeah, you have some options, right?
But it makes it more difficult now because what do you do now? Because Chapman's not going to be he's going to be the full-time starter at third.
Yeah.
Right. But now, what do you do now? Casey Smith goes to short. Like does he switch to like third to short? Which some players have done it before, right? So
but that's a harder switch, hey? That's a harder switch than the other way around.
Well, like he plays on short, so like he last year a couple games, like when Crawford was hurt, Lisiano and Smith rotated in the position. So but now what do you do with the veterans now? What do you do with the young talent that you have? They were saying like it is time for the young talent to to be the next wave for the Giants. But now
Yeah.
they're not ready to go, right? So
But
now
that Chapman signing definitely helps the left side there
yes.
because he's bringing that defensive mentality there. Immensely helps the young kids because you'll be at ease that you have a platinum gold glove on your right side there doing all the plays.
Well, yes, it helps. It strengthens because the Giants pitchers with Cobb and Webb and other of the bullpen, they're low ball. They just
The
hit a lot
ground ball pitch,
of
yeah,
balls,
the
right?
ground ball
Ground
pitchers.
ball pitchers, right?
Yeah,
So it does the Chapman signing. It's changes everything. It actually now there are a better defensive team with Chapman on it, and it's Giants fans are excited, and the media excited. You know, the team is excited, but now it brings a lot more chaos to the issue now because
yeah.
you have to switch around, right? So but now what do you do with Flores, which he's the ultimate professional. You know, he's loyal to his teams. You know, he was very loyal to the Mets. You know, he almost cried when he was announced that he was being traded. You know, you've seen the video, and he just and same thing. He loves the San Francisco. He loves the organization. So like, he's a really good. Flores is a really good like inning replacement. Right, he can be the backup to first base and third. But now, like, what do you do now? And now with Davis, who was a full-time third baseman last year, well, he's another veteran,
Yeah.
right? So it's kind of like, what do you do now? Because now you have to move on from someone.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's a good sign from Chapman, but then it just creates there's a lot more questions, and you have to make some tough decisions. There's been some news because Joey Bart, he's been told that he's not going to make the team. He's still playing spring training for the Giants, but like he will probably be released unless he can get traded. But so right now the rumors is that Davis and Bart are kind of like a package deal. So third
Bart
base.
is your catcher, right? Bart is your catcher, right?
Yes, he is a catcher.
Okay.
He was. Bart was, I think, like in 2019. 2019, he was the first overall pick. Well, Giants' first round pick.
Yeah.
As a catcher, he was supposed to be the Post's replacement. You know, like it was a high draft pick, and it has not worked out for him.
It's tough. It's tough to follow Post.
It is.
That's tough.
But also, like, when now we have a new catcher, and he was a 7th round pick, and he really, as a rookie season, he campaigned from May. They wanted Bart to have the chance to win the starting job, so
yeah.
They wanted to give him more, but then when the catcher cup last year, when he called up in May, he just took the rings, and it's been great. So anyways, that's a kind of I don't see the Giants moving on from Flores. He was good last year. He's not as young, right? So, but he's a good utility man. He can play third. He can play in the outfield. He can play first. You know, so I don't see the Giants move on from him. But like, you cannot. Now you have too many players in the infield.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. So
well, it's a good problem to have.
Right. Yeah, it is. So.
Yeah. Well, you were saying everyone's happy about Matt Chapman's deal. Are you happy with it? Are you happy with it?
I am, because now you have Lamont Wade at first, right? So as long as he can stay healthy, he's really good, right? So he was healthy-ish last year, but he didn't finish the season strong. But he's really good. And now with the Strata at second, Strata is really good. He's shown some leadership for the Giants. Now with Chapman at third, it just makes it's a really good defensive team now. And I've heard some reporters say, like, from the Major League channel, saying like now they're a top 10 defense now, like the Giants are with
that's
this
good.
right? So that's good, right? But now you have to figure. Now you have like that 3-man competition for short, right? With Casey, Lisiano, Nick, right? So it's a good. I think with the Nick Chapman, it went from it was a quiet, good offseason for the Giants.
Yeah.
Right. So with the Soler and the center fielder Lee and now Chapman, it's a pretty quiet really quiet offseason, right? So
Yeah, Cosellers gonna be your DH, right?
yeah, he's gonna be a good DH,
Yeah.
right? And he might be. He seems very happy. He has had a couple home runs already during the spring. They're not playing a lot. They're kind of like they're playing like twice a week so far. So I'm
Mm.
kind of excited to kind of for them to ramp up,
Yeah.
play, they start seeing playing more, So they're taking a lot of, which is weird because they're taking a lot of time off. I'm noticing. No, it's really good. So let's go with starting rotation. There's no question marks at the moment, right? Except for a fifth starter.
Yeah.
He got hurt this week. There's not a lot of updates other than he's just hurt. But right now with Logan Webb being the ace, and Kyle Harrison so far going at second. It's really good. Last night he pitched Kyle Harrison. He has 6 strikeouts. He's actually struck out 6 batters in a row. So and then the game got postponed due to rain. But it's no. But Ray and Cobb, they're supposed to be coming back like after the All-Star break. So
Yeah, still a long way.
it's a long ways, right? But the reports are that once again, the Giants organization are saying it is time for the young talent to show what they have.
Yeah.
So the Giants want to see first what they have, right? So that's why one of the reasons they're not really jumping on the Blake Snell's situation.
Okay.
Right? So because they're like, we're not, we want him.
Yeah, but there's no panic right now, right?
Right. So like there's no panic because the Giants have a lot of young pitchers and a lot of pitchers the last couple of years they have had in the double A's and double A farm system and the triple A. They're just kind of like they're saying it is time to show us what you have. So there's a lot of excitement with the young arms coming through the farm system. I think like there's what I'm reading about. It is time for them to show what we have, right? So that's why there's no panic to sign a Blake Snell's like you were mentioning. Okay. So that's what the update is, right? So 3 years ago in the draft, Giants with their first 9 picks in the draft, the Giants used it all on pitchers.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
And then 2 years ago, not the first 9, but I think there was like the first 7 draft picks were pitchers. Okay. So they have spent a lot of years picking up pitchers, and of course they're not, as we all know, not all of them make it to the show.
Yeah.
And some people don't even make it to the AAA, right? So, but they're saying like we invested a lot of draft picks on pitchers. And I think it's time Giants want to see what they have.
Yeah.
Before
it's time for the young kids to show.
Yeah. Anyway. So before if they need to make a move or a trade or sign a free agent, they need to know to see what they have. But there's that's the news today, like this week is kind of like we're gonna see a lot of young pitchers call up. Maybe not right away, but they're gonna be really good.
Yeah, it's fun times for Giants fans.
Yeah, so that is the latest. It was a lot to cover this week, keeping up, but there's a lot of excitement, and it all started with the Chapman because now like even the players are saying like there's just a different vibe this week.
That's good. That positive vibe.
Yeah, so even like I heard somebody talk. He works for the Major League Network, and he also covers the Phillies. He was saying like a lot of people are saying like now like Giants should be able to compete third place in the division if Arizona if they can keep up, if they can have another year like they did last year, or the Giants should be able to compete for the second or third wild card spot now. Like there's no reason why they cannot with this new roster. There's no reasons why they can't do that.
Yeah, you always have to have that optimism anyway, right, regardless of what's the status of the situation, right?
And that is all for the Giants update for this week.
That's good. Well, good news on your front. You only have one injury. However, for the Blue Jays, we have Tiedemann, who's supposed to be the young starter. He's injured right now, and now Gossman and Manoah's injured. So like what I was saying our previous episode, when you have those pitchers and try to replicate what you had from last year, that's a
Right.
bad move. Because
Yeah.
right now, three of your pitchers are down. The
Three
Gossman
starting
injury,
pitchers?
yeah, because Gossman right now, Gossman has a shoulder fatigue, but he's about to throw his next session, so he's right there, but he's injured right now. Manoa, however, is scheduled to throw a bullpen session on Thursday, but those plans were changed. This is the actual report that I'm reading. So, with Gossman, Manoa, and Tiedemann injured, and when you need a fifth starter, where do the Blue Jays go? That's tough. That's tough.
That is tough.
Yeah, because Gossman has to be. Gossman is our ace.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
so. Is it just like stiffness they having, or they're just
It's
being
shoulder
like
fatigue. It's shoulder fatigue for Gossman, and it's just spring, right? Which is odd.
Well, man, the last 3 seasons, he has had a lot of innings, but he's been so dominant, right? So it's just no run support for him, or he
Yeah.
will be having a really good.
That's true. It's like a 2-1, 1-0
Yeah,
kind of
but
thing.
he's been such a horse, right? Especially those 2 years so far with the Jays. He's just been a
Yeah.
horse for them, right? So, but yeah, like that's a lot of innings if he's
Yeah.
not ready to go.
Well, the Jays are still lucky that they have Bassett and Barrios down there, so they still have that rotation with Kikuchi too. So I'm not too worried about it, but we'll see if they'll kick tires on Snell. Hopefully.
Another team, like, it makes no sense that why no team should be able to sign.
3 starting pitchers are down. Why won't you look at Snell?
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
I
right.
don't know. But I'm not the GM, so yeah. The next one.
Yeah, look,
the next
obviously
one
Gusman paid for the Giants, and he's still loved by the Giants, even like for his short tenure in the Giants organization. Like, so we still pay attention to Gusman. So we still wish that he was with the Giants. So like, I hope he's okay. Hopefully
Well, we're hoping to. We're hoping to.
hopefully he doesn't miss too much time. So, but the other two rotation is like, yeah, like that's a tough blow.
Yeah, because you're looking for that fifth starter.
Yeah.
Because 1 through 4, you're pretty much set. Your Blue Jays are just looking at that fifth starter. So hopefully, Manoa's injury is pretty minor, and Tiedeman's injury is minor too. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, man.
Yeah. And this one's pretty big too. The Joey Votto non-roster invite. That surprised me actually.
Me too, actually. It does, but like it makes sense. He was loved by baseball fans as well, right? But
Yeah.
he meant so much to the Cincinnati Reds fan base or organization. He was a class act, right? So
Yeah.
like anybody who went to see him play, like they were wishing for that fan interaction because he interacted with the fans, right? So
That's true. Yeah.
right, so it's kind of like you want to see that. You want to see those players, right? So obviously he had a lot of injuries at the end of his career. So, but like I'm glad that he got invited. He obviously he was a team captain for Team Canada.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he said he always wanted to play for Canada, like or to
To
come
play
back
for the Blue Jays. Yeah. To play for the Blue Jays. Yes. Yeah. Because he's from Etobicoke, so.
Yeah, so I'm not.
Yeah,
is
he'll
he gonna
probably
make the team, or-
if he makes the team, he'll be the primary DH hitting righties. So he'll probably switch up with Justin Turner as the primary DH there.
So who's your first baseman now? Because Bell didn't sign up, right? Is
We
it gonna be
we got Vlad. We got Vlad,
so
right?
he's gonna be the backup if he makes the team. Like,
Yeah,
will
if he makes the team. So basically, Botto will compete with Vogelbach for that spot, for that
that
primary
spot.
DH
Yeah,
spot,
that's right.
right? Mm-hmm.
Does Vlad ever play just DH, or he's always on the field?
He sometimes switch up to DH when he needs rest.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
like it'll be interesting, right? If he makes the team, but like, yeah, he's one of those fan favorites.
Yeah, I just saw some articles floating around that Votto was playing injured last year, but he still hit like 14 home runs. So
Yeah, he was
that's
coming
pretty
up.
impressive.
Yeah, he did like a pinch hitting for them.
Yeah.
He came in late innings, situation hitting, right? So I didn't hear if it was. I just know he wasn't playing a lot. But
Yeah.
I just thought because of the Cincinnati Reds, I think they had like 17 call-ups. I think they led the league in call-ups, right? So I just thought it was just kind of like it was time for the young
Yeah.
talent to come and play, right? So that's why they were not playing the veterans. But yeah, maybe it makes sense now. Like, that's why he wasn't playing. So
Yeah, hopefully, Joey Votto can make the team.
yeah.
That'll be good to have.
But it's kind of interesting. Well, I guess same thing with Crawford, like and other veteran players. Like they want to prove that they still have it, right? They
Yeah,
can still play, albeit just part of the puzzle for another organization, right? So yeah, we'll see if he makes the team.
yeah, because right now Blue Jays has like Justin Turner, who's late 30s now too, and now
Yeah,
Joey Votto, two elder statesmen.
yeah, that's
And now
interesting.
we have, like I said from the previous episode, we have Blue Jays are planning to rotate three third basemen. So we'll see how it pans out
Yeah,
with the lineup there.
nice. Well, I wish Waddle all the best for sure. So he'll probably definitely get if his playing career is over, he'll definitely get a job somewhere in some network because he
Yeah,
just, like I said, he is definitely well respected and well loved by all baseball fans.
that's true. Maybe he can finish his career with Toronto. So
Yeah, yeah, like that would be great. That would be a great story, So
yeah, so that's pretty much about for the Blue Jays.
oh, okay, what
Yeah.
was this lineup from 6 to 9?
The projected lineup for Blue Jays, they're top heavy, right? So you got Springer hitting leadoff, and then you got Vlad, then you got Justin Turner, and then you have Bo. But from 6 to 9 is Kirk, Biggio, Kiermaier, and the new third baseman, which is Isaiah Kiner Falepa. So it's if you're trying to compete for AL East, that bottom lineup, I don't like it. To be blunt.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's awesome, man.
Don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe.
All right. See you guys next week.
Thanks for watching another episode of Saturday Sliders. See you next week.